Hello everyone and welcome back to EPIC47, sponsored by Overclockers UK and XP Pro Eyewear. I'm Jack Destroyer 4, joined by the wonderful Mad Spare.
We're back again.
We're back again. I mean, since last night.
Yeah, I mean, we did, started off in those first round of the playoffs, and we are now reaching lower bracket round 3. We in?
Yes, I believe.
Yes, we are. So we've had a long morning. There's been some very long games. We've been hitting third maps quite a lot. A lot of overtime has been happening so far. So it's been very good so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're now down to the point where players, I mean, these teams will be playing back-to-back no matter what. Every game you win, you then play the next. It's always going to have one of these teams just continue on through, and it's, can a lower bracket team run the whole way and get to grands?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be one of these upper teams that's dropped down?
Yeah, I mean, we do have Control versus SNOG today. So Control, especially, so just knocked out Coalesce in their previous game. SNOG's lost one against Lost Puppies. And knocked them out as well. So some very high, some well-known teams that we've been seeing playing exceptionally yesterday being knocked out in this low bracket.
Both 2-0s as well.
Both 2-0s.
They've both just come off of a nice hot 2-0. So I believe the momentum will be with them. And, I mean, we'll have to see what maps we go to here.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to have the veto up and ready. And it's now best of 3s.
Yes.
So, oh boy.
It's Bynenhaven, we're not surprised. But a road to finish up could be interesting if we get there.
Indeed. Yes, I mean, there was a very intense match on Crowd. I believe it was Control. Was it 16-14 in the end?
It wasn't. I saw an overtime game on one of them,
Yeah. Long game. Very long game. But like I say, it was a 2-0, but these guys have been playing like that best of 3 did take a good while. Actually, no. Didn't Snoggers win their first game against Lost Puppies like 5-0 or something? I think it was.
Possibly,
they had some pretty strong games so far, so I think it's going to be very, very strong. But bind.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of bind yesterday.
I mean, we're used to it at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be, you're going to see those Razors being picked on through. You're going to have the Vipers on some sides. I mean, Chamber on the other side. Control opting to go towards that Chamber Teo. I've not seen as much Teo. I mean, you see a couple of teams picking it, but maybe a slightly different pick from the side of Control.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe the names are...
They are the wrong way around.
Correct.
It is Snoggers.
But, yeah. A very standard competition for Control, I would say, really. I mean, maybe not the Neon on Bind.
And Waylay as well.
Yeah, but
Naki on Neon is...
I know.
Yeah.
We do have Sharpie on that Waylay as well, which has been very strong. As a solo duelist, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen a lot of those solo duelists kind of get shut down quite early on. I remember one of the group stage games we covered earlier on. It was, the Rays constantly going towards showers, trying to take space and just getting shut down. And then suddenly a team goes, well, now what?
Yeah, exactly. And I think even on that single duelist, you usually be seeing the likes of Yoru or Rays, if it's going to be like that. But Waylay, you don't tend to kind of have as, that entry duelist that you kind of, well, you have it as entry duelist, but have a bit more backed up by another duelist. But even that being said, if you're having a Waylay as a single duelist, you also maybe, if you don't want double duelist, you'd go towards the Sky.
Yeah.
But they've opted for the Fade instead. Yeah,
100%. I mean, it will also be interesting to see this game because these teams have faced off in this tournament already. Earlier on, they were in the same groups. I mean, it was Snoggers ended up being 4th in the group and Control made it to 2nd, but in their game against each other, it was a 13-10. Now, I'm not sure what map that was, but that's a close game.
Yeah, indeed. And I think they've all, had a little bit of reset since then, but I mean, like you said, I think it will get very, very close.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that third map. It's entirely possible, as it's going to be, for the start here, it's going to be Control on the attack. The names are the other way around, just so that you're aware, but Naki going to be that first player in, just willing to take these fights early. Stuns up the players, lands on him, but Porkachop will find the first on flank. That Chamber hitting the shots early. Exactly what you want to see from these players as the Headhunter connects. But for the rest of the site, I mean, Porkachop is brought down weak. Naki needs to make sure to clear this corner out. Course is going to throw the flash through, but will it clear out Porkachop? Yes, Naki does, but will get taken down weak on the other side. As now Control have the site control. Will they be able to get the plant down as Rudy will stick that one on through, but the trades are going backwards and forwards as Gogs will find one. Gogs wants to keep getting aggressive with that classic. Naki's all the way back in. Lamps, Drogster and Rudy landing the shots, and Naki will clean it up, and it's the pistol round win for Control.
What a fast start to the game, right? And these guys did play on Bind earlier, so I do believe it was just they just kind of gave off a Bind, if I'm correct. So kind of almost continuing the game, if you will. So it's going to be a kind kind of keeping that momentum going if you can. From both sides, you're going to have to kind of keep it going. And it is these pistol rounds. I saw a few trades coming back through, but I think Porkychop got a little bit unlucky, going tagged down early on and then kind of getting stuck in that corner a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting to see that Naki already investing into a Vandal in the second round. I mean, Naki, great player, can definitely land the shots, but it's a risky play because if you fall early, but no, Porkychop shut down already. I was going to say, got to watch out for a player like that. Having a Headhunter available, his flank's just going to TP back after spotting a couple players, but got to watch out for this one player in Sharpie pushing all the way up. Will spot out the whole team and will get taken down straight away. No opportunities there. As Control, I mean, just pushing and pulling on both sides. Yeah, definitely,
and kind of opting to quiet down a little bit and slow down. Rudy, though, managing to get one, just sort of peeking out of Hookah there, wanting to get a little bit more information. You know, you were 2 men down, now you're 3. And unfortunately,
Teo in the back line, got to be careful. Gogs will find nothing as flank. Some great shots from the Stinger there, even whilst jumping and Ski. Last player alive, classic in hand. They're going to know the exact location of this player, and surely Naki gets it. Yes, he does. A flawless round for Control.
Yeah, and flank, right? And I love seeing Whalers being played like this. You're just jumping around, you're pushing in, and then I was listening to their comms earlier. You can hear him like kind of using it as information, almost like an initiator.
Yeah.
Kind of diving in, going, right, this person's here, getting back, and he's jumping around the Stinger as well. It's just, it's good, but mean.
I feel like it's also interesting to see like a player, you see a lot of these waylays, they'll go in, they'll dive in, they'll spot a player, and they want to take the fight.
Yeah.
But Flank is willing to go back knowing
yeah,
the
exactly.
team can push in together.
And that's the kind of thing you don't want to be overstepping and losing your life for no reason, really. I mean, they do have that double duelist for, you know, that kind of backup, but it's not necessarily something you want to be doing.
Yeah,
something that we usually see as well on Bind is that you're seeing a lot of defaults. That Spike's always being kind of left towards spawn. A lot of kind of just trying to find a bit of space, and like we've seen a lot of space being taken on B-Long.
Yeah, managing to go all the way up. Spike not committed just yet as Control want to try and take this B site. We'll have the lesser weaponry in this round, but Flank, first player in. They've managed to take a bit of control so far, but the first kill will go to Sharpie there, taking down Drog. Still a couple players left to deal with on site as Ski manages to avoid the stun there as Porky will find another. The trades will go back though. But for now, Control down to 2 players. Great shots from Rudy, but can get no more as there we go. It'll be a nice little cleanup there for Snoggers. But they do lose a couple of players.
They do indeed, and a lot of damage done. Really doing a lot with that Sheriff. The Sheriff can be so deadly. But I mean, it was standard, right? The economy, it was their bonus. It's going to happen. This is where we start to see things kind of pick up a little bit. Everyone's kind of able to buy. I mean, Gogs is able to buy, but I think that if you, especially on a map like Bind, you don't necessarily always need those rifles. We're seeing a lot of shotguns, especially with the amount of smokes we're seeing. You know, that Viper, the double brim. There's a lot of places that you can kind of you can fit yourself into.
Yeah. I mean, another spot of this is Showers, often seen to try and take control early. Naki, going to be the first one in, spots out a player early. Doesn't want to take the fight just yet, though.
No, I mean, it's going to be a 1v2. Sharpie getting one down towards B-Long as well. It's going to cause a little bit of damage done.
Yeah, just take out that solo player that was just trying to get a bit of space on the other side. Naki's going to swing on through. Great shot onto the first. Spots out the second, and that's going to be the go button for Control. They're going to push on into site. The spams through the smoke. Connecting onto Gogs. Brought down weak. And for now, Control will have this site control. The spike will not get planted, though, due to that Teo utility. As Naki is trying to find some space between lamps here. Of course, so surely he's trying to get the spike down as Naki's found a second on the round. Great shots from him so far. It's just going to force these players back, but Ski will connect onto Naki there, finally taking down this player. The trade will be back on the other side though, but Control, they're winning these fights out, leaves Hayden in the 1v3. A couple of players brought down weak though, so this is still possible.
Spike finally does manage to get down, and Rudy is going to take out Hayden. I mean, it's interesting because like Control, they didn't really have much. They had the front of the site. I mean, then you get those broom smokes coming through, which is great to be able to take that first part of site, but then they had a lot of players on the other side sitting back. Spike managed to slowly clear it out one by one and getting his kills. Spike took a little while to go down, but
yeah,
it's the fact that they don't necessarily rely on that Spike going down to keep that space.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, seeing the operator already invested here from Porkychop as well. I mean, this is where you really need to start seeing the damage from Snoggers. Can you get that activated?
We've seen Porkychop with this operator before as well, and is deadly in his hands.
Is this going to be an early Brim ultimate from the side of Control? Looks like Rudy's ready to pop this. I assume this will be some kind of set play set up. The flash is sent through. Does not connect onto Sharpie though, but there we go, the dash back, and they've slowed them down. Sharpie though managed to just about get out and sprays 2 through the smoke, taking down these Control players. One more there though. Naki will get a trade back on the other side, but needs to find a lot more in this round. Will stun up Hayden in that corner, but Naki all alone. Spike not recovered. Needs to find a lot more, and Hayden will win that fight out as well. Leaves it all down onto Drog. Spike not recovered, and there we go. The operator from Porky shuts down any opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, again, from flank, an absolute just diving onto site, slowing them down. And obviously, that's the thing about having, you can dive on and off the site. Sharpie also has the ability to dive out of that brimble if he needs to. But the spray as well. And that's the thing with the Phantom.
Yeah.
You just go straight for the smoke and it doesn't matter. Not really many repercussions.
Yeah, you don't have the risk of that counter spam. And
yeah.
I mean, connecting onto 2 players through it is very lucky, but maybe a bit of an unfortunate play there for Control. As this time we're going to see some aggression towards the Showers position from Snoggers, but Naki going really fast into short here. Wants to slide on through with the Judge. Connects the shots and will take down Gogs. It's Vandal possible to recover there, but Skiers found one on the other side. So 1-for-1 trade. Control unable to capitalize on that first blood, and they're a bit split across the map.
Yeah, it's going very slow once again. A lot of space taken, but like you say, very split across the map, so not really much you can do with it so far. A little bit of movement going towards B. I'm trying to get the hook, but I think Spike's going to come back over towards A. There's a lot of space taken by Naki-Poo, and I think this is where you're going to want to capitalize off of. Yeah,
have to see what Naki can get done here. Corsa though, trying to clear out the B side, maybe trying to bait a couple rotations over, or at least hold those 2 players there. As flank, got to be ready to dive on in. Try and support Naki. Not entirely sure where they want to go just yet, but Hayden's about to have a lot on his hands to deal with here. The dash over the top doesn't spot out the players just yet. But aware that there's most likely a player in Showers, as Hayden will get one, Make that free. Hang on a second. How's Hayden managed to pull that one off? Managing to win out those fights. Porky just needs to stay alive for a while. Wait for the teammates and the reinforcements to be there. And Corsa caught in a really awkward position. There's a player on the flank as well. I'm not sure if he reads into this one.
No.
Gotta watch out. There we go. It's the shutdown there from Sharpie. No opportunity, but a great 3K on site there.
It is indeed. And again, being able to hold that site down, opting to give up a little bit more space. And as we said a couple of times during that round, it was just kind of too split up and a lot of time taking to come back over. Showers wasn't clear at all, managing to allow Hayden to back up into that safety of Porky Chop, and then just that pressure being put onto Showers. It's such an important place to take. But look at how many pings on the site of A right now, and I reckon those converging paths are going to be something maybe to counter it. Maybe
it's going to be a safe round from Control though, but it looks like Naki wants to pop the ultimate and go early, but Porky Chop's there to shut him down. Not allowing any opportunity with that ultimate, which would have looked to find as much as possible, as the guns are not there from the rest of Control. The spike gets tapped for now by Rudy, but they don't want to commit too early. One player sent over through TP. Not sure if they have the Waylay TP to get back and regroup with the team, but Rudy kind of just stuck, not too sure where the players from Snoggers could be.
Yeah, definitely trying to get as much space as they can in this very limited guns that they have. And like I said, the overdrive was probably that kind of saving grace that they were looking for this round, and Flank slowly making his way back over after TPing, but that has caused the rotate, and it is going to be a 4v2 on site if they want it. But Porky Chop.
Oh, Porky Chop's off is always a risk. Ready to try and shut down anyone, maybe committing a bit too far, but I mean, Rudy could be in a good spot here, but does need to be the one to plant the spike. Control maybe waiting a bit too long as the rotation is called back for the side of Snoggers. Bring them up to 3 players, and Porky Chop's managed to find flank early. Rudy, though, wants to keep on pushing through, but 30 seconds left. You need to get the spike down soon, as Drogster will manage to find Porky Chop. That's the opt-down on the floor as Control. They just want to fight into CT here. There's so many players to deal with though, and Spike will finally get tapped but cannot get planted. 20 seconds left on the clock. The ultimate invested as well to just slow down any opportunities. And with 15 seconds left on the clock, can Control get this down? So many ultimates invested from Snoggers as well. Against this save round, Gogs will manage to find Rudy with the utility. Jog will get one back on the other side though. Brings it down to a 3-on-2. Control have so much to deal with though, and the slow is there. It's perfect onto these Control players. The dash is there, and both players will be taken down. It's the round win for Snoggers, but so many ultimates invested.
So many ultimates invested. And I mean, I get it, right? But if you're controlling that situation and you're on an eco like that, you can't really ask for much more. 2 kills and 3 ults into that round for your opponents. They still do have that operator in hand.
You invest just a Neon ultimate on the side of control. You know, a couple sheriffs here and there. And then Snoggers just, they pop everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. You mean, now on the side of control, you've seen the ultimates kind of come up a little bit more, flank one away. You've got Drog and Corsa with their ultimates as well. This can be really, really strong. But the economy's not looking great. You look on the side of Snoggers, they've got a couple of them, you've got 4K, 8K. They're kind of sitting pretty now for the next couple of rounds with in terms of economy.
Yeah, I'll see what they do. Is it's going to be a bit of a push towards B long again for control. But Porkychop on the other side with the Tour de Force available. I believe they recovered the op as well, so there'll be a player with that one. Porky just trying to hold it down. Doesn't want to commit too far. So we'll know that the control players do have the guns this time around. They're going to get into front sight, but getting caught out by that Phage utility. Ski's managed to take down Naki as well. First player in will get taken down as Corsa will get the trade back on the other side. Ski just trying to connect the shots here as Gogs has found 2. Rudy will get the trade back though with that molly. Not too sure what happened there as Corsa manages to bring the numbers back even and in their favor all of a sudden and almost flick onto the last player. But no, the operator lands from Sharpie there to clutch up the round.
And it's an absolute brawl. I'm pretty sure every single person died on site, right?
Yeah.
So, and I get it. Trying to just having to. They've been doing a lot of kind of split, very slow rounds, and it's not really been working. You have to just bomb it onto site and see what they can do. And it was working so well, but the back and forth trades coming through, and that's something that last minute flank you just be so careful of.
Yeah, you just got to be aware that the possibility is there, and I mean a great play there in the end, managing to win both those objals.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to try and get this post plant as well. You have that Viper's Pit in hand, which could be very helpful, but as of right now, Porkychop not really managed to get too much with the Outlaw, sorry.
Yeah, swapped over to the Outlaw this time, maybe because the money goes down, but still 5k available. So this might have been on purpose, knowing control won't have the full buy.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point wasting your money if you know those guns aren't going to be in their favor.
Yeah, Porky just really ready, waiting, and it seems like control just want to try and get into this A site here. It's going to be Naki dashing on through as Flanks managed to find one. Will get traded back though as Naki will fall through that Outlaw. The ultimate is invested from the side of control though. This is a 4-on-4. If they can manage to win out these early fights, this could be perfect. Ski though on the flank, got to be so careful. Corsa does not win the fight out there, as now they have to be careful with this player on short. Control spamming back on the other side as Drog will find that kill. The ultimate is still up though, and I mean the operator from Sharky will connect. These are all down onto Drog. The 1v3 pit available. Well, he sent out a bit early there, just to try and slow down any opportunity of a plant. Wins the first. 2 players left standing now. The tap is there. You've got a player holding it as well. It's just going to be stuck on through. Looks like Drog just wants it to fall down. The time is ticking on down. Drog's winning the fights and almost wins the last one. Is the time there though? No, it's not. And Drog will clutch it up. A 1v3 with the pit.
I mean, we're talking about how you're going to be getting into playoffs, and these games are going to get close. This is, we're in lower brackets, so this is knockouts now. This is getting, down to the last wire, and I mean, every single round we're seeing the brawls on site, the back and forth trades, and everyone's playing so well. We're seeing such a good take on site from control. Snoggers coming back. The retakes have been insane. Porkychop with every single time. The shots hit every single time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're managing to win out that round as well from the control. I mean, dropping the pit. Yeah. The play to just go out the pit on purpose. Usually we see these players, try and stay in for as long as possible, but this time it pays off for them as it's like Sharky wants to get that early kill. Has to back on up though. Sends the slow through to try and just stop the opportunities from control, but will land a great shot there. And Hayden finds 2. Not sure how he's managed to pull that one off, but that's going to stop the push from control. Rudy all alone on long. Drog just trying to find any position elsewhere. But I mean, for control here, I mean, what do you even do?
That's the thing. It's very hard positioning, and Sharpie doesn't manage to get the shot off, and Rudy is going to get that kill, bring it a little bit more even, but you are still very split up, and there's a lot of util left for the side of Snoggers. Drog.
Oh, Drog spots out player though. Do they know of Drog's position? Unless they do. The spams are sent through a little bit there. For control, you've got to find a way into this B site or look to rotate back, but it looks like Rudy, he's pushing on in. I'm not sure if Snoggers are maybe aware of this. If the timing is right, Rudy gets the first. 3 more players left standing for the other side, but Rudy lurking around. The teammate will fall, and so will he. And it's a 6th round on the board for Snoggers.
It is indeed, and like I say, like, there's not much you can do in that situation. You have teammates going down extremely early, but look at their economy. You've got Rudy with his ultimate, and that's pretty much it. Bucky in hand for Naki Pupic. To be fair, on the Neon, could be very, very scary. But look on the other side, you've got Sharpie and Porkyshop both with the Outlaws. You don't need to keep buying into this. They've got so much money in hand for them. Gogs is having a brilliant game, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, Gog's the player which, you know, last LAN, a bit of an unfortunate shot.
We've seen, you know, unfortunately, he's never had the greatest luck at LAN, but he's had his games where he's shown up, and this is definitely one of them.
Sharpie trying to get aggressive on this long position again. I mean, it paid off last time, got one, but this time the Outlaw does not connect, as Naki's going to find the positioning for now, but only the Sheriff in hand. Has to be careful of Sharpie on the other side. So we'll be down to the time in the slide across, and Sharpie can't get the shot off early enough.
Had done very slow game. We're seeing Drog over towards A as well, trying to just lock it down as much as try and get a bit of space into Showers, which is where they struggled in previously. And the rotate's probably going to come through now. Yeah, that makes sense. Converging paths was in Sharpie's hands already, warming it up.
I mean, for Control, time is ticking down. No real space scanner just yet, except for that Showers positioning from the Viper player. Drog just trying to find any way into the site. Porky's got Overwatch with that Outlaw. If one player dashes across, there we go. Won't get the shot in time, though, and almost connects onto that jumping player in Rudy. It should be the spike able to be planted, though, for Control. The Molly sent out to try and delay it for as long as possible, but Control are fighting forward. Drog's managed to win one, and the pistols are paying off. A couple kills back on the other side, though, but they've both been slowed up. Snoggers need to regroup and find their way back in, and Sharpie, a great shot onto Drog, will give them the possibility. The ultimate is invested from Snoggers, but, I mean, the player's playing all the way back. Sharpie will find one. Rudy, though, to reposition. Needs to be a 1v2 here. The spike is planted. It is down to half, though. Is it going to be a good position for Rudy? Unable to connect the shots. And Ski will win that one out for the side of Snoggers.
And it's so unfortunate, right? When you've gotten so many kills in the round, you still aren't able to find any gun on the floor, and you and the ultimate probably could have been popped. But then do you want to risk it? Like, it's and when you're playing an agent like Brimstone, ultimately it's very possible you could be wrapping back through main, because that's where those lights come from, and being a bit more safer with that util. Okay, so previously we had Porkyshop and Showy on the Outlaws, and now they've repositioned into these operators. So the economy is getting a little bit at the point now where they're chilling. I mean,
a Vandal is a backup as well.
Yeah, it's the last round, right? So who cares? Money needs to go somewhere.
That's perfect. It means that if you have to go for that retake, you have that gun, and I mean, it's going to be one of those rounds. So Sharpie going to not spot anyone down long for now, as the rest of the push is all going to be towards A4 Control. They're already in the site. Rudy managed to kill his teammate, but also managed to kill 2 more. As we'll have to see if Control can get this site control, as Rudy unable to plant spike just yet in the position they want. The Teo Rockets just there to shut it down as an opportunity. Gogs won't spot anything out with that util, and a great shot there from Sharpie. Will recover the Vandal as well, as the Skydog's just trying to slow them down. Drog will fall. This is all down onto Sharpie, a 1v2. A player in lamps, a player short. So much left to clear out. Sharpie, is the timing going to be there? Do you know about the short player? Corsa's wrapping through. Looks like Rudy's just going to be playing there as the last ditch if needed, but it's not needed when Corsa connects the shot, and it will bring Control to that 5th round on the board.
Yeah, well, and we talk about this quite a lot, and sure, we're in a best of 3 now, so it's not, you know, this game isn't going to be the last one.
Yeah.
But having that 7-5, I know obviously 6-6 is your preference, like, guaranteed, right? But that 5th round is so important, because if you can get these next 2 rounds, it evens out that scoreboard. If you manage to get that 8th round for Snoggers, that is an incredible lead that you're going to keep going. That's that's double the round, sorry, on the other side compared to, you know, that 8-4. So like at that point, that lead starts to tick away. But this game is still very, very close.
It's interesting to see how every single player on Control, except, oh no, it's swapped over. It's now Ghosts and Sheriffs. I mean, kind of those more aimey guns, but on the other side, it's a full classic.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably, you know, opting for that more util heavy kind of team, because you're on attack. You need that util to try and get yourself on the site.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another A push towards short here, as Ski is going to find that first kill onto Rudy. They're not going to go off of this one, though, as Naki's found a trade back on the other side. Takes down Sharpie. Also found another as well. Naki manages to avoid that, so the flank would be perfect, but no, it's too late. They rotate over towards B, but there's still 2 players sitting here from control. SNOG's going to have so much to deal with here, but Corsa will be blinded up just in time, but Drog is there to back it up. We'll find 2 back on the other side, and Corsa cleans it up.
And that's the thing about the pistols, right? We're talking about, sure, they need that U to try and get on site. They use that U to try and get on A. Didn't work. Rotate comes through. 3 of them, all 3. 1, 2, 3 through the thing. Right. That's all of them. Rotate over. That pincer's coming through. They know the pressure's on. More U to it then has to be dumped on the site to try and get onto it.
The play was blinded as well.
Exactly. But with the pistol, you only have you're right clicking from this distance, right? You have, what is it, 3 or 4 like chances to get those right clicks through, and if they're not working, then you're against that ghost.
I mean, that's a one-tap headshot against most of those players. Only 2 had those light shields. As we'll see what Control want to do in this round. Looks like they sent 2 down towards B long. It's going to be the right read, but Drog unable to connect the shot just yet. It's going to get flushed out by these Terror Rockets as well, as the rest of the push is all towards sight. And Snoggers win it out for now. A trade back from Drog, though. We'll put the numbers into a better position, but flank. I mean, flank's on the flank. This is exactly what you want to see. Just have an extra player to deal with. It means Snoggers can't be as comfortable as maybe they would want to be.
Elbow players as well, pushing through. Sharpie in a very good position once that smoke goes down.
Oh, this could be perfect from Sharpie if the timing is there. Rudy just shows a little bit of the arm there, but the shots will not connect as Gogs will get one onto flank. That's going to be the flank player taken down as Rudy managing to find 2 with the Spectre. Finds those players nice and early. Rudy needs to keep fighting, and it's down onto Bulky Chop. Last one standing, but no. Control will win it out just about, but not a strong round from them.
Not at all. I mean, that is 9 players down, and especially when you're going to be in this bonus round going into the next round, you do not want to be in this position. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been out the score now. It's a little, that pressure's gone off just a little bit, but look at the buy. They're not opting to force into it. A few half shields and some sheriffs, which still can be very, very strong. But if you're on the other side, there's full rifles are starting to come through, and it can be very, very, especially on a team like this. I'm sorry, but if you have like a player like Sharpie who's being backed up, everyone on that team is playing so well right now, and I feel like it's just like their mechanics have been so strong so far.
Oh, it's been on point. I mean, don't even need the rifles to land shots. Naki wants to get aggressive early here. We'll try and slide on through with the Waylay support, but gets slowed as well and still wins it. And of course, we'll find a second as well. Already, it looks like Control going in, but the trade is there from Sharpie.
Sorry, why are Control in short? And
it's been a flip of the map. We flipped on over. In case you weren't aware, Snoggers are on the attack side, and yes, they are in CT spawn.
The spike has been tapped, so surely they know this rotate's going to coming through. Drog option to kind of go back through, and it's going to be in a very good position if he does go back to B. Going to have that hook control.
I don't think Drog's going to have the timing on point. Hayden
no.
in a really good position if the players were to go that way, but for Control, they've managed to push all the way towards the attacker's side, flip the map on its head. As it should be a nice easy plant here for the side of Snoggers, but they're just not confident enough.
No, they are going to have Control splitting up on both sides of B.
Again? Surely not. It's only a matter of time. You've got to commit to it at some point. But
40 seconds left on the board, and they know that the rotate probably come through from Control already, and
they have no intel on anything. They don't know where any of these Control players are. Ski will plant down the spike in the end, as Sharpie's managed to take down Corsa. Brings it down to a 3-on-3. Control going to be on that retake, but Snoggers still have no idea where the rest of these players are. Flank, where there's a player in back sight, as Naki will find one onto Sharpie, as they will fall. Ski just trying to spam a couple shots through the smoke. Not connecting too much, though, as Control. Looks like they're going to all hop out on the same timing. There we go. The hop out is there. Control going to be running forward and still stunned. Ski manages to win the shot there, as Drogs will get the other kill and Flank will clean it up. Control managing to secure that round.
And what a round it is to have secured. And like I said, having that bonus, you've really should have, they invested into it a little bit, and it worked so well. I don't think it was anything to do with them. I think Snoggers had a really rough round that time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the brawl in A kind of just confused everyone. And at that point, it's very difficult. We see that very often on maps like Haven, where you're seeing them on A and they kind of rotate through towards CT back over to C. And the issue is, like, you kind of like, that's kind of default. If you've got the site to yourself and the full side of Control has kind of swapped with you, take it to B. You have the opportunity to do so. But then the time, they just took way too long. Drog was already back onto hookah by the time that the spike had got onto B. And just debating, going back and forth a little bit, and opted to go for the B push. I don't think there was an awful lot of util left for control, and I think they took their time to swing at the same time, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
But the coordination from that retake was insane.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the perfect play from control. They knew they didn't need to get too aggressive. They managed to find all that space early in the flank, and then it just really confused SNOGers. I think they were just like, we have all of this space on A. This feels wrong. Something's not right. Let's go over towards B. And they got to B and were like, we still can't find anyone. Like, where is control?
Yeah, and I think the issue is that you can tell that SNOGers really like to not like rely on their util, but they very much like to base a lot of their plays off of their util a lot more than standard teams. And I think they use a lot to try and get onto that site and kind of protect themselves as that switch went over onto A. And then there wasn't much left to work with. You had 2 players left as it was, so you don't really have much util to go off of, especially when one of them was your Brim, who didn't have any smokes left because they don't regen.
Yeah.
And then that's where the problems start to occur.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like Gog's going to be the only player on the side of SNOGers to have a rifle into this. Only the Guardian available. Interesting to see is it's going to be the solo player. As control, just going to sit back for now, where there's a couple players maybe pushing up towards B. Going to spot loads of util there down through B. So many players there as Drog will find the first. A nice little spam on through as Rudy will find a second as well. Control just not allowing the opportunity for SNOGers to get into sight. But these rockets will force Drog back 4 now, but SNOGers unable to capitalize on that. Yeah,
definitely. It's gone a little bit of a standstill now. Corsa got a flash in hand just in case, and as these smokes go down, the wall goes up, and it's perfect. It's like that cycle of util that works so well with this double controller, and it is just denying any sort of push from SNOGers. And these guys, not only do they like the util, but they like their snipers, so they're probably going to wait for this wall to go down, and as it does, that time has been wasted just a little bit. Control
not spotting out Gogs at the moment, but as I say that, Drog will see Gogs' head and take it straight off. As Control, I mean, they've not allowed any opportunities for SNOGers here as the Fade gets brought down to 1 HP. Rudy will find another, and it's all left onto Ski. We'll find one with the Sheriff, but that will be all as a 3K for Drog secures the round 4 Control.
It does indeed, and what a strong hold. And I think, you know, against that denial of entry, these guys have been really strong when they're finding these players, but if they can't find them, they can consistently seeing Gogs, just that tiny little peak of the head, get completely annihilated. And look at the ultimates. We've got Flank now taking his turn on that operator, and that's the thing with this defensive side, right? You have so much power to deny any sort of push with that op. And then you're seeing that towards A. You're seeing that with A, with one of your smokers, with your other duelists as well. It's so strong to be able to have that back and forth with the duelists. And seeing the Viper and Sky together kind of controlling that B long. Yeah. Which Sky is very standard. You're seeing any Skies on this map will just kind of default to B long.
Yeah, 100%. The Rocket's going to force Narky back for now, but it's going to be a B push. Of course, spots out the players, but cannot land the shots. Ski will find the first blood in this round, and that will be the B site for SNOGers, but they don't have full control. Jog will get spotted out, though, by that faded util, but Porky wins the fight as well, and that should be full site control for SNOGers here, but control. Brimstone Ultimate is available. Could try and stop that plant, but they opt not to, as going to go for this retake, it would seem, as Narky wants to avoid that Prowler. Narky's going to swing on through, but gets taken down by Sharpie, and Sharpie connects onto a second as well. And that's just going to be the sign for Flank to just run away.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's the only issue when you have that solo op, right? Is that if you're kind of relying on A and having that team, the rest of the team towards B, and you lose B, you're kind of helpless for the rest of your team. It's unfortunate. Hey guys, look, sorry, I do have to leave. I can't come and help you guys. But what a brilliant attack from SNOGers. So seeing that immediate shutdown of the player on top of the boxes in the middle of sight. Ooh, hold on.
Porky could spot out the final player, and Flank will fall. That's going to be the operator down as well. I mean, the perfect answer back from SNOGers.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, you know, that immediate kill onto B, that forces Corsair into a really rough position, because then you've lost hookah control. That allows them to kind of push out whenever you want, and then you either kind of have to force yourself into long, where you know there's players, or force yourself back into elbow, and unfortunately it just didn't work out, and that's where sight gets given.
Yeah, I also feel like for the side of SNOGers, it's kind of down to, can Sharpie find that kill? You know, having that solo duelist, your duelist has to be finding those entry
exactly. And when you don't have that double entry, the pressure isn't as high.
Yeah. It looks like for Control, wanting to get aggressive down B this time. The flash sent down from the sky, but the Chamber's going to be watching this one. And they will win that one out. Porky Chop will take down flank. That's the waylay down. And they're just going to run back. They feel the injury and they just want to not go for anything too much more. Sharpie goes up over top, but Drog will find the kill. Takes down that entry duelist, and we've seen how much Snoggers have struggled when they lose that entry duelist.
Yeah, definitely. And here we are again, same position. Snoggers being denied that entry. That being said, Ski managing to get that one down to Corsa by himself on this side. The rotate's going to come through, but on the other side, they're going, okay, back towards long. Okay, going to team up towards long. But again, these entries are very...
Dissipate TP, but Porky managed to find Rudy there. So maybe he gets a bit too aggressive.
The TP forces Narkipu to have to stay on to A as well. It's going to be down to a 1v1 on each site.
Of course, timing there. No, it's going to be the full TP over. Narki in the right position here, but it's going to have all the players to deal with. Operator in hand. Ultimate is available though. We'll get spotted out by the Prowler and can't connect the shot. Porky will fall as we'll get another as well. Sorry, onto Corsa, and it's going to be the final player in the corner. Nothing more Narki can do, and it's going to bring us to 9-9.
I reckon a timeout gets called here, right? And as far as I'm aware, neither team has a coach. I'm not too sure.
Not too sure on that, but I don't believe so.
But the thing is, it's really hard when you don't have these coaches, right? Because when you kind of call these timeouts, I guess down to the IGL, but when you're in the moment and the game's kind of rolling quite heavily and you go back and forth these rounds, it's really hard to kind of tell yourself to calm down and take that time out. But I think you have two to work with. Maybe try and use one of them.
Yeah, it feels like just slow down the other team if nothing else. I mean, for Control, you've come off of 4 back-to-back on that half into losing 2 in a row.
And they haven't really got a good buy right now either, so it would have been a perfect time to do one. But
Sharpie going to be the first player in. Corsa wasn't ready for this, but will get spotted out by the Prowler, but doesn't know the player's there because of the blind. But Drog finds 2! Hops through the TP at the perfect time and pops the pit on top of Spike and swings it back in favor of Control. The Rockets will be there, though, to try and flush this player out. But Snoggers, they have to retake a pit here just to get Spike back, and Drog is in there. Drog finds 4, another spam through the smoke. Could be on for an ace here as the Chamber last player standing. I mean, what can you even find here? They want to give Drog the ace as Porky will find one with the shorty onto flank. But I think it will be too little too late as surely this operator gets run down.
Yeah, a little bit of information there. Trap does get found, and the thing is you do not want to be leaving this Viper's pit. I know the ace would be cool, but you have that spike and the time is sitting there, 40 seconds left on the board, and is it worth it? Porky does not want to lose that operator as well. And
I think Narki could be the player to shut down the operator, just not allow the opportunity for it to be brought back into the next round, as Porky's going to discover that the pit is fully covering. Not aware of where the Neon could be. I mean, this wraparound, if Narki goes for it, could be perfect, but doesn't opt to go for it. The spam through does not connect, and Narki will find the last. And it's a great round from Control.
A thrifty. And then we saw, what was it, like a couple with Sheriffs and a Bucky? I was seeing, I think was it, Drog had the Vandal.
Drog
and
was
managed
the one player with the rifle,
And it's just, the plays like that, it's really hard to be able to make this decision and be like, is this a good decision? Because that could have gone horribly wrong. Just TPing straight through, opening the door and getting 2. They could have instantly turned around and you would have been in a 2v1, in a 1v2, sorry.
So the lack of hesitation on the pit was perfect.
The second that kill came through on Corsa, straight through, 2 kills, pits out, and then it's over.
Let's play.
And then the double kill as well is perfect. And then being backed up by your teammates immediately onto B. The tour de force out on the side of Porky Chop now.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that. Oh no, the operator.
Look at the early space from Control though. On the defense side, they took all of short control.
And that's why that Neo and Waylo is so good together.
Yeah, they can push down together and then leave one posted as Narki's going to be left in the corner. Still has a way out if needed. Can just run away and slide out. But this ultimate could catch him off guard as Sharpie ready to pop. This is going to connect onto Narki and he will get cleared out as well. Unable to land the shots, but the trade will be there as Hayden manages to win another. The trade's back and forth. Flank so far winning these fights out. Will find 3, but will fall in the end. And it's going to be a 2-on-2 retake required for Control. As the Seekers will be popped as well. They're going to know where both of these players are. This allows no opportunities for Snoggers to run away, and Drog's in a perfect position. Gets the first, but not the second. 1v1 required. Corsa going for the wrap. This flash could be perfect. Baits out the positioning, but Ski will swing around and connect the shot and takes down Corsa.
We're going back to these rounds. He's down to the 1v1s, and something that I've noticed from Control is when they're in a 2v1 situation, they don't like to stick together. And I get it, right? You can clear more parts and you can try and get on the site and get that spike defused, but you have the man advantage. These guys don't like to swing together.
Yeah.
And you're putting yourselves in 1v1 situations, and the mechanics on the other side, you do not want to be going against those. It's so unfortunate, and that's the thing. I was saying definitely from Control, especially like there's a lot of rounds that they could be winning, and it's just these little micro plays that aren't getting those rounds for them. Sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like you can see the set plays they've got set up. I mean, again, pushing showers. You can show.
Yeah.
You can see that this team has played together a lot. They know what they want to be doing, but I mean, for SNOGers, just managing to find the gaps for now.
Yeah, definitely, and a lot of space taken towards B for SNOGers, and they are gonna probably usually see them kind of differentiate. Hold on, how much space are we taking on A?
Control has all of A. They know
exactly where they are.
All they need to do is keep Naki posted there and just rotate everyone else over. Naki can just be there. He'll call if anyone comes through. And the rest of the team is going to be ready for this take as SNOGers going to send Sharpie up over top. Try and spot out these players early as Drog will fall. But the trade is there from Rudy. Ski will find two back on the other side. Those Hader will connect for another. This Armageddon doesn't connect too bad. We'll force those Control players back though for now. It's going to be a player on the flank through Hookah and flank all alone in CT. I mean, B-site is one of those that's so hard to retake. The ultimates are available, though, so if Naki can maybe find one, it could be the time to go for the waylay and the timing.
Positioning.
Ski will get spotted out. Naki's got one. Cannot spot any other players early enough, though. Aware that Gogs could be towards elbow, and there's two players on long to watch out for. Naki, the ultimate is committed. Surely Naki goes on this, but no, Gogs finds the kill. Leaves it all down to flank. 1v2 would be required now. The ultimate is invested from SNOGers to slow it down, and Hayden will win the fight as well. SNOGers getting to 11 rounds.
I mean, the thing is when you see Porky Chop still alive on the board, and you can't see him anywhere on site, you know exactly where he is. He is sitting down, waiting in long, with any sort of sniper, really. But the play was so good. We're seeing Nakipu getting that first kill on the Ski that allows, who was it, sorry, Flank, immediately coming out thing. And it was working so well, but again, when you have this post plant on B, it's so the angles that you can hold from it is insane.
So many spots to clear out. I mean, you got the player in elbow, you got two players long. Like, it's one of those where if the time isn't there, like for Control, there's no way back in. It feels like you can't afford to give up that B site, and this time it's going to be an A push. Too fast through showers. The ultimate invested as well. It's going to deafen all these players, but Naki still finds one with the classic. A nice right click there. The guard is not required, but it seems like for now Control are winning these fights. One player trades back on the other side though, as the spike is recovered for now. Control though still in a good position as Rudy finds one with a stinger. The ultimate pop from Naki will connect onto the first and the second. A 3K for Naki on that save round, and Control bring us even.
Even, but we're at 11-11. We're on first map, by the way. This is insane. And this is the thing about eco rounds. If you're not really you haven't got that kind of money to use, you put yourself in lamps, you put yourself backside in the smoke with classics. It works so well. And I think these guys really do thrive on these kind of difficult rounds. But when it comes to the rounds that they should be winning, it's just not quite there. And SNOGers, I think they're a lot more cleaner with those sorts of rounds, but they're finding it difficult to kind of adapt when things aren't going their way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if it goes the way they've practiced, they've drilled, it's perfect for them. But yeah, the reactor play's not there. Sharpie's going to go up over top, but Flank will take him down. That's your entry duelist falling early again, but these rockets could take out Rudy, but there's no one there to stop him if he pushes. As on B side, Drog will get spotted out there, and the trade is in there. As we'll see, looks like SNOGers not too confident enough to go fast on B. Would have only been Corsa to deal with, but now the support from Control is there. Sends the Brim player over Rim Rudy. Ultimate is available as well, and I mean, for now, they're just going to slow it down for SNOGers. Yeah,
all players have been funneled down to B long, and this could be good for them if they want. This has worked for them in the past. If they have the utility to do so, they have lost that Wader though, so you don't have that duelist on their side. It's going to be very difficult to try and get on site. And Gogs has no util left either.
I think Gogs is going to have to be that first player in. No util available, so just going to be gun up. Spots out the first player in Corsa. The flash sent there just to slow them down for now. When he does not connect onto either of these players, though, one player will be trapped by that fade grab. And the ultimate, there we go. There it is. It will slow down these players. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. And Control have managed to get all of sight back in their control. Ski.
Gorgas managed to get through.
Osgog's got through there as Porky managing to win the fight to make that another as well. And it seems like they won't even need this flank there as Flank will find one but will fall. And Naki, last player standing, 1v3 ahead of him. It's just in time. Snoggers will get the spike planted. Naki would need to find one early here. We'll hear that reload, so we'll know that there's a player on the other side of this tube. But they're just going to be ready to trade this out. Naki has to be so careful. Would need a great transfer. We'll connect the shots onto Gogs. Will stay alive for now as well. Knows there's a player close, but can't connect the shots in time. And Ski will win that one out, putting them on match point.
I mean, it wasn't looking good for Snoggers, right? I mean, I do think that Brim ultimate from Rudy actually helped him in a way. It forced Gogs into elbow. He got a free rotation through CT, cleared out CT.
Gogs could be there.
No, exactly. And it was everyone back in. I think if that ultimate hadn't come through, the kills would have gone to Control. They all would have come out of long together, out of Garden. And I reckon the kills could have gone to Control. But that ultimate kind of forced a few of them back. It almost allowed them to reset a little bit.
Yeah. 100%, and we'll have to see what they opt to do in this round. It's going to be a fast A execute for the Snoggers. Only the solo player in Rudy on this site, as it looked like Control were maybe expecting it to be another fast B take. Is Rudy going to be the solo one? You just got to stay alive, keep yourself there for as long as possible, allow for the rotations over, as Rudy will find the first onto Sharpie. The Spam's not able to connect back on the other side, and the spike will get planted here for Ski. That's going to call the rotations of Control over. Only the Waylay ultimate online for now, but this could be a really damaging one if they can spot out these players early enough. Wally sent on over to push them back as well, as Naki going to be going in. The ultimate popped there from the Waylay, just trying to connect on to anyone, but Control unable to find the fights early, as Flank will find one. Hayden's going to get stunned up in the corner as well, but Gogs will find one to keep them alive, and Control is winning the fights. Leaves it all down onto Porky Chop. The tour de force is there, but there's no time to use it, as Control will win that round and take us to overtime.
We are in overtime on the first map, and this is a thing with Bind, and you get into these teams that have been playing it. They can play this with their eyes closed.
Yeah. I mean, they've been playing it the whole tournament, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, also looking back at it, in the group, you had Control winning it 13-10.
Yeah.
They managed to win that one out, but it was close. And we knew it was going to be close going into this one. And Snoggers, I mean, they're ready for this.
They are indeed, and this is the thing about overtime. You cannot be making any mistakes at this point. You really do have to be... Hold on, so are we in overtime with two operators?
This is really interesting. Double operator glass cannons.
I mean, it makes sense. They're on defense, and they have one on each side. You know, being able to lock down showers and long, both crucial points for these entries.
That's such a risky play.
It is.
I mean, on the other side,
there's no shields.
Yeah, you've got a Neon and the Waylay that can both dive across, break your crosshair placement, and then you've got, you know, no shield. You're taken down so much quicker. As Drog just going to be lurking up towards B long, as the rest of the team going to go towards Hookah. Control just not committing too early just yet. Aware that maybe the investment could be there onto the operators from the other side, as... Wait, the crossover's there.
Yeah.
He's managed to get across. I don't think the Sharpie's aware of this. And the smoke off is going to be there to allow the player to rotate back. Drog can regroup with the team if they want to, but it looks like instead Control wants to group up towards long.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Rudy just about spotted out, and Sharpie will connect on to Drog there. The operator paying off so far in this round, but Flank is going to dive over top. The flash sent through does not connect on to any players. As the side control go in the way of Control early, as Naki will find the first. There's still a player in Elwood to deal with though, and Naki wants to go and take this fight. The operator's got a lot to deal with, and Flank will find the kill. Puts the numbers in favor of Control. Spike just about planted in time before those rockets connect. And now Snoggers. A retake required. Porky Chop on that operator. One of the hardest guns to retake with. Just have to wait out and bide his time, as Naki's found another. Flank finds another as well, and it's all down onto the operator, and Rudy will shut it down. Control wins the first round in overtime.
They do indeed, and especially on a half where it wasn't looking too good for them in that first half on that attack. So, you know, they've managed to get that half that they, you know, wasn't looking like their half, and that's where things started. And again, we're in overtime, so it's down to this last round. It's back and forth. You lose one round, match point.
Yeah. I saw a Naki Odin for a second there, and I was a bit worried. I was like, are we going Odin in overtime? But no, Naki sticking to the Vandal.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't blame them trying to get this last round through. But at the same time, I do not think SNOG are going to let us go. I really don't.
Yeah, SNOG's going for that fast A execute. It's going to be Sharpie diving on in, trying to take the fight early, but doesn't catch anyone with that slow. Counter slow sent through as well. Nothing connecting just yet as Control managing to keep that backside control for now. Leaving 3 players towards B as well, and Flanks managed to find a spam through the smoke onto Sharpie. That's the Waylay fallen down, and Spike is still unable to be planted.
Just denying anything that they can in the smokes once they go down. I reckon the brawl's going to happen. Flank managing to get one onto Hayden.
Hayden will fall, and that's going to give the advantage even more in favor of Control. Spike still not planted down. A minute left on the clock. Porky will finally get a kill back on the other side. As one of the players from Control brought down weak, but Gogs gets caught out by Drog, and he will get taken down though. The trade is there, but Flank, a free gay on the round, the converging pass. Can Ski get through the TP just in time, but the dive through is there. Is it a knife kill? No, Naki will get the kill, and it's a 14-12 overtime win for Control.
It is indeed, and it wasn't, I mean, in the first half of it, I mean, sure, there was a good point where they were going back and forth, but Snoggers were really starting to get it back, especially, okay, Control evened it out, managing to bring it to 9-7, and then we immediately saw Snoggers come back and take it away with the rounds, and back and forth, and this is why we're going to overtime. This is why we have the best of threes and the lower bracket. We have such good teams that deserve to be here. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, Control there. We saw a little bit of those wobbles.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit worried, you know, you've beat them before, can you do it again? And in overtime, it pays off. They don't allow any opportunities for Snoggers to get back in and try and sway it in their favor. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, there is a difference. Control having, you know, a team that's been playing for a good while together. Now, I do believe Rudy and Corsa are both subs for Epic LAN. But if you want subs, Rudy and Corsa, you can't complain.
You can't get much better than those
No,
two players.
Can't.
I mean, both of them have played some of the finals here. I believe we've had multiple wins on some of these players. Of course, has had an MVP as well. I mean, they're used to this tournament. They know what to do.
But I mean, so are Snoggers. They have Gogs, an Epic LAN veteran, Porky Chop, you know, one of those players who has, you know, Willie G Palace.
So many wins on that player. And I feel like it's just one of those where both sides are so stacked. It's down to the team play. You know, everyone in this game was mechanically insane. You know, if it comes to it, they can land the shots when needed, but it's just who has that better team play, who can, you know, keep it calm when it gets to these longer ones, and in overtime, Control clutch it up.
Exactly, but that was Bind. And I mean, we are going to be moving on to Haven. We, again, one of those very default maps. Bind, Haven, we've been seeing it all through yesterday, especially in those best of ones, going to best of threes. It makes sense, you're still comfortable on them. But I do believe we are going to have a quick little break before we get into that map. Anything else?
I mean, I feel like we just look forward to Haven. You need that reset. You know, Snoggers, put that behind you. You had a really close game.
Exactly, that's the thing. Like, in the overtime. Exactly, right? And it's something that, like, I think it could have gone either way. So I don't think they should be, you know, down about it and go into, like you said, reset with the momentum that they can try and keep going from Bind.
Yeah, have that quick break, make sure they're back for the next game, and we'll have to see where that goes. We'll be going to Haven to see who can win this one out. Control could close it out in 2, but we'll have to see after this short break.
Never need much, got myself and my sanity. Got my passions, my talents, my friends and my family. You'll be done with the suffer, the pain and the agony. Manifesting this light and I bathe in the clarity. Yeah, the money will follow. One track mind, I be running in mono. Lost track time, like be running in sorrow. Off that line, sprint, nothing is borrow. Always ask and receive, give and get back, which and pass it to me. Speed past all of the hardest to see. Seen dark, still got my darkest to see. Never living in the sunlight, ever winning when the sun bright. Never slipping, always done right. Make a killing in this fun life. So don't look down, forever on job. Won't look round, forever on top. Hold this crown, never look back, man, I way too proud. Never look back, man, I way too wise. Stay in my lane with these same two eyes. In my own league with the same few guys. Man, I say less and we don't say lies. I wanna hear what my fate knows. I never see where my day goes. Feeling all tight like a cane, bro. Tryna make it rain on a payroll. Melancholy feels with this pain, bro. Try live in the present and stay low. Shooting for gold at the rainbow. Moving too cold in this same world. Man, I way too wise. Same two eyes. Same few guys. Don't say lies.
I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scenes. I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out. I done seen these crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down. Understand now, got plans now, got big dreams. Now that, got big schemes since 16s, hot 16s. I started broke, then I fixed things. I been king, I been him. My bad, my whip clean. I been hot, that's benzene. You been not, that's cold stream. That's cold things, that's cold things. I'm motivated like Kobe. These don't know me, it's my time, check I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, damn it, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out.
Please tell me now. I'm feeling low, so let me know I'm in it. Cutting love fading out. I'm falling apart. I can't begin searching to saturate a feed. All these are drowning me, baby. Can't you see this? Say you see more than you need. We're lost in love. Don't you care? Yeah. With all these fake things we share, just erase. There's just no one else, yeah. No one else but yourself, yeah. I just wanna have somebody find me one day. 주위 말들이 날 어지럽게. Let's not do another love song, baby. Can we find a love? Oh, digital love is all just wants to know. Living all or taking over. Digital love, I'm trying to take control. Living all, can't take it no more. Love's not one no more. Love's not one no more. Just focus on me, babe. 말했잖아 내가 우리들의 이야기잖아 망설이지 마. You know what to do and you know what to say. 누가 뭐래도 I always be with you, babe. 지금처럼만 우리 서로를 들여다볼까. 미뤄가던 너의 맘속에 갇혀버렸나. I just have something I want you to know. 주위 말들이 날 어지럽게 해도 Let's do another love song, baby. We can find a love. Oh, digital love is all just wants to know. Living all or taking over. Digital love, I'm trying to take control. Living all, can't take it no more. Love's not one no more. Love's not one no more.
How many times, how many fears, how many rhymes, how many things that we had to go through. Now we're standing here just aligned. Everything works out, yeah, in the end. Everything falls into place in time. Live for the mix and blend, no 8s or 9s and everything's 10. Light work never been hard, easy, yeah, you know we got scars. Following signs of following stars, following feeling, following heart. You can do it when you want to, yeah, no rush. Life is amazing, life is enough. You know where you stand when you know your stuff. You know how it goes when you know your. Do it like the rest, do it different, put it to the test. Just live this stuff, I don't flex. Don't need to say all the best. I was born to do this, maybe yes. Find your thing and do your best. Say more to me, don't say less. Lay it out, yeah, be my guest. Cause I know how it gets. Let's meet up, make a plan. I'm glad that you understand. And we're sharing things in the way we can. I say to myself all the time, life is mad, do it properly, Jan. Be there for everyone, all you can. It's real, you know that you got me, man.
Finally get paid for the get down. You can't tell me now about time. Do you know how many lines I done put down? Vibes I done sent out, but we ain't here to dig. I'll up the market till they come red carpet the kids. Success still the target, soon I'll be crossing that bridge. But can't bring everybody with me, family only. I got some people think I owe a favor, barely know me. That's why my focus on the road, it's all I know. I see them sticking close to play the wall and watch my growth. Cause I got something they never had. So get on the beat and I need a helipad. I float on fly, you know where I'm from, so it comes as no surprise. I just out with a mean vernacular, dream spectacular. I keep a queen and passenger, FL capital Y. Anywhere I am, jam, that's for sure. Turn me on, better set the mood from the door. That's just how it goes. Glad I've been keeping it playing so long. I hear in this world, I feel it ain't a place that I could roam. But ain't nothing like you when I'm at home. It ain't nothing like you when I'm at home. That's why I came out stepping. I can't be doing things regular for you. I want the magic to last. I know how time try and ruin things. It get repetitive, got you tempted to doing things. I can't get reckless without you, wouldn't be no music thing. Plus, remember, we made promises way back then. And I still owe that 5-bed house with 2-3 kids. We got a fairy tale plan that's gonna change up the order they sort the mail in. Plus, I know loyalty not as valued as what it was. We not influenced by what they do, cause it's only us. I still hear poetry when I'm looking into them eyes. I still get lost in the thought of you with so much to find. And yeah, you know you fine, but still I must remind that we can live this forever and feel this forever and ever and ever. And still that won't leave me enough for time to tell you all the ways I feel. Why would I throw that away for thrills? Trying to play the field. Glad I've been keeping it playing so long. I hear in this world I feel it ain't a place that I could roam. But ain't nothing like you when I'm at home. It ain't nothing like you when I'm at home.
When you feel like it's over and nothing else matters, I know you feel so divided. Pick yourself up again and you better start walk, girl. Open up your step, hear you talk, girl. You have come too far to give it up now, even though it seems there's no way out. Take a look in the mirror now, what do you see? You can be anything you want to be, you know. You will never be alone. Girl, go make your move. There's nothing left to prove. I know that you will find your love again. Don't be ashamed to cry. Hold your head up high. I know that love will save the day. Love will save the day. When you feel like you're stranded at the edge of the world, I know you've been taken for granted. Give some love to yourself and you better start walk, girl. Open up your step and hear you talk, girl. You have come too far to give it up now, even though it seems there's no way out. Take a look in the mirror now, what do you see? You can be anything you want to be, you know. You will never be alone. Girl, go make your move. There's nothing left to prove. I know that you will find your love again. Don't be ashamed to cry. Hold your head up high. I know that love will save the day. So go make your move. There's nothing left to prove. Find your love again. Don't be ashamed to cry. Hold your head up high. 'Cause love is gonna save the day. Love's gonna save the Hating yourself, the man. I heard it when it all began. Mothers are crying out loud. Where are you now? Fathers lost without a trace. People are leaving this place. Believers pretend that it all. It's all your fault. It takes a whole generation. We gotta learn the whole nation. Oh yeah, I'm getting a little impatient. Come here, must go.
Double-sided ego and in pride. All this weight on your mind is a little time. There will come a day you will pay the price. Double-sided ego and in pride. All this weight on your mind is a little time. There will come a day you will pay the price. I just spit or swallow. There will come a day you will pay the price.
Always leaves you hollow. Surprised tonight, didn't think I would get hooked. You feel me in without a fight, now floating in the air. When you're looking at me, baby, all this isn't fair. Getting closer, getting closer to you. 입술을 깨문 네 모습 보면 내 심장 더 부탄 뛰게 해. 가사 따위 필요도 올라가는 템포 그냥 이대로 가면 vibe check. 밤이 끝나기 전까지 내 곁에 같이 있어줘. 본능적으로 up, let's get down right now. 머리부터 발끝까지 다 원해 너도 알잖아. Got a million reasons why you're on my mind right now.
머리부터 발끝까지 다 원해 너도 알잖아. Got a million reasons why you're on my mind.
I need you.
Never moving with caution. Too damn sick, no assuming my role. Bandwidth, EQ and distortion. Bandage through the wounds of my soul. Say again, no room for this haunting. Advantage got me cruising at home. All the roof and the pain that it causing. They ran through with the food that they own. Gang-ish, never moving with caution. Too damn sick, no assuming my role. Bandwidth, EQ and distortion. Bandage through the wounds of my soul. Say again, no room for this haunting. Advantage got me cruising at home. All the roof and the pain that it causing. They ran through with the food that they own. They could never roll in my path, nothing like a stroll in the park. Never seen light straight thrown in the dark. Ever gleam bright with its token of art. Forever dream, ever green, even if the oceans apart. Set levels when the solar enhance. Get set and now we roll in the R's. Jet set to me owning my path. Gang pitch, never moving with caution. Too damn sick, no assuming my role. Bandwidth, EQ and distortion. Bandage through the wounds of my soul. Say again, no room for this haunting. Advantage got me cruising at home. All the roof and the pain that it causing. They ran through with the food that they own. Gang pitch, never moving with caution.
Hello, Open Pocket. Hello and welcome back to EPIC47. We are going into map 2 of the lower bracket round 3.
Yeah, I mean, after that map, I feel like this is just... It feels like it's asking for a map 3. If we only finish on 2 maps, I feel like it doesn't do it justice.
I'll be upset if we don't reach Corrode as well.
Yeah.
I feel like Bind and Haven, like great,
so
you can
much.
show off your skills. They're boring maps.
Give me something new. Give me something
Right?
different.
Right?
Like, give me something we haven't seen in every single map we've casted so far. But, like, yeah, something like that as well, because I feel like also for the teams, we also get to see something different if we go to that Corrode.
Yeah, no, definitely. But that being said, we are going to be going to Haven. Control did end up winning the first map 14-12. Now, it was back and forth the whole time.
Yeah.
On a map like Haven, Porky Chop, again, I keep mentioning it, one to look out for. Going to be, you have B long, sorry, it's C long, A long, even in mid as well. You have so many opportunities to go back and forth between those that kind of rotate around with the operator, probably either on that chamber or the jet.
Yeah.
But what else?
Also, like, Sharpie. Can we just talk for a second about it?
Yeah.
Sharpie was diving in, taking fights left, right, and center. Like, for Control, they must have been having nightmares about Sharpie just jumping into, like, their crosshairs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think when it's just... But he's able to kind of just, like you say, jumping around like into the and then sit back with the operator as well.
Yeah.
And it kind of that changes that pace between, and you never really know if your Control kind of how you want to play that round, because you don't know if Sharpie's going to want to start jumping out at you, or if he's sitting back ready and waiting with the operator.
Yeah, I mean, also for the other side for Control, I mean, you got players like Naki, yes, in your face, boom. But also Rudy was holding down those sites incredibly well. Like, you know, you see some players where they'll, you know, the players will run in, they'll die early or whatever, and it's like, okay, you didn't manage to hold it down. But Rudy's sat back in sight, managed to keep back site positioning and allows for the rotates over.
And when you have someone like Rudy playing on that controller, as someone who is IGLing, it works a lot better, especially, and maybe you have that double controller. You have someone with such incredible game knowledge, being able to kind of like control the game.
I see what you did there.
I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. But I do believe we are going to be going to Agent Select, so we are going to be seeing what kind of players we have, or agents we have going into this map. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a double Sova hover there for a second. I was a bit like, what's going on there? But it looks like a Phoenix hover on the side of Control. But Snoggers have all locked in, and it's going to be kind of what we expect, I feel like, from this map. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Flank kind of switching things up a little bit. Was on that at Duelist last map, deciding to switch up and go back onto that initiator. KJ is a really interesting pick. Now we don't. I mean, I get it. We've been seeing a lot of chambers recently.
Yeah.
Something to mention that is Pokéshop is actually on. Okay, they're opting to go double Duelist this time,
which is good.
Yeah, I mean Sharpie. I was expecting to be on Duelist, but then it gives Pokéshop that kind of option to switch between them. But going back to the KJ, you have that turret, and it kind of allows you to be at that defense to really spread out a bit more without having that gap in mainly in garage.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not too sure what Drog's going to go for here. We've been swapping around a few agents. It looks like
I like this.
If it's the Yoru lock-in, this is very good.
This is really good. Personally, I prefer this style of Duelist selection. Jet's good.
Yeah.
Pokéshop on Jet, really good.
Yeah.
However, it feels like more of a comfort pick to me, whereas like you have so much more ability with the Neon. I say it time and time again. You'll be able to control the pace of how you want to in the game, and you have that. I mean, okay, so Drog has opted to go towards the Viper rather than... Then
so
again, double controller.
Yeah.
So either way, this is a really strong comp.
Yeah, I mean, you have those rotating smokes. I mean, we saw it last game, you know, at one smoke falls down, the wall's up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's our opportunity to go. Oh, wait a second, now we can't. And arguably, running through a Viper wall is worse.
Oh, yeah. But on the other side, you have the Waylay as well. Sharpie played it on it last map. Very comfortable, very good on the Waylay. I really like how it can be played on Haven. I'm just not too sure about it alongside that Jet.
Yeah, and I feel like also you got to look at it from the Snoggers POV. This is your time to answer back. You need to start off. I feel like early you need to do well. You know, Control have just come off of, you know, an overtime win. You've got the momentum in your favor. This is where, for Snoggers, you need to fight back straight away. You can't allow Control to, you know, run away with the first few rounds, and then suddenly Control just snowballs it through, and we've seen what this team can do. Yeah,
but they have this defensive side first, so this is actually Control's pick. So they didn't, you know, they managed to decide where they want to be placing themselves going into this match, and I reckon this could be very good for them.
Yeah, as Naki going to be that first player going on in, but it's going to be solo towards A as B-site is going to be the opted choice for the side of Control. As Jog's just going to hold it down. A TP over for Rudy. The spike will get planted down nice and early here. We'll have to see what they can do as Control. Just super early Control. Rudy, a great shot through the smoke onto Porky, a player we said to watch out for. But when he gets killed like that, there's nothing he can do.
No, not at all. And it's going to be a B plant. And
the South could be so perfect for Control. They're managing to win the fight so far, but no, the trades are there. And Rudy, a 3K on the round with the Ghost. Exactly how you want to start it off.
I mean, it's the same thing as we saw at the beginning of last game. The complete just domination going straight into this first round. I mean, we're on Haven. First round, it's always B. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be pushing the B side. But you can't always be too sure. You can't be putting all the players towards B if you're on Snoggers, and it's really hard. And once you have that spike down, it's very, very hard to retake. B, you can have people then rotating straight through Garage. You're going to have to cover that. It can be very hard to try and get that spike defused. Yeah,
100%. We'll have to see what Control opt into doing this round. It's going to be a 4-stack for Snoggers, wanting to push down C-Long early and already winning the fights out. The pistols connecting for them. As Gogs wanted to look for a bit more there, but opts to not get too aggressive, aware that flank on the other side has that Vandal.
Yeah, definitely. And that smoke's going to go down. It's going to allow Hayden to push a little bit through.
Oh, this could be good timing. Oh, a great dink there, but doesn't get the kill. And I mean, for Control, you've lost a few players early, but
Drog,
this is a great
really good position.
Oh, the timing was almost perfect, though, to get behind a player.
Yeah, Gogs managing to just get back into Garage, but unaware of what's going on in C right now.
Oh, flank, the timing was almost there as Gogs, if he'd continued going, would have got spotted out. Gogs, if the timing is there on the swing, could be perfect, and he connects the shots. That's going to be the spike down on C. He's going to have to force the rest of these Control players to regroup up and get that spike planted on down.
Yeah, it's down to a 2v2, and the spike, like you say, still isn't down. Going to have to try and be a little bit careful, but you do have Viper and KJ, both very strong agents.
The Snoggers pushing back in here. The Classic not connecting, though, and Corsair and Drog will finish it off, keeping the round there for Control, but it looked a bit shaky early on.
But this is what we saw last match. We saw Control, they're winning their rounds on these pistols and their buy rounds, but it's very, very down to the wire every single time. That doesn't seem like no matter what they're doing, it always seems to be like that. And
yeah.
Snoggers, they seem to be really kind of prepared to fight no matter what. And Gogs as well, but Omen's a very good comfort pick for Gogs. He's been, we've been covering his games over lands and lands, and Omen tends to be, that go-to for Gogs.
Yeah, and we'll have to see his Control winning those fights out early, even though on a round they shouldn't be winning. And Naki's connected as well, and suddenly, a few seconds into the round, and Control already have the lead, but a couple kills back on the other side for Ski, but it won't be enough as Control, out of nowhere, just shut down any opportunities.
What is this like? I mean, obviously the momentum going into the from the first game, I get, but winning third round immediately? Yeah.
I mean, that's not what we expect to see ever from these teams.
No, not at all. I mean, the Snoggers, even after that, this ended up being, the first 2 rounds in the last map went to Control, and they managed to immediately swing back and do it. And I guess it isn't a map pick, but it's Haven.
Yeah. I mean, a map like this where, yes, you have the advantage on the attack side, but I mean, the defenders just push too much, maybe.
Yeah, and I do think they do need to, keep that aggression high. They need to keep Control on their feet, but you do need to be careful when that aggression is coming in.
We're talking about like, aggression. A lot of players towards mid here for both sides. I mean, Control, they're just going to be a bit slow. They don't want to commit too early onto anything. Rudy aware that players could be on the backside. Looks like they're going to rotate back, and they're winning the fight so far in mid anyway. It's going to be a full hit for A for Control, as Naki will spot out this player on site, sends the wall on up and wants to get aggressive. Has not spotted these players just yet, but knows they're in back sight, as Gogs will win it with the Stinger before Flank gets the trade onto Ski and the second as well. Leaves it all down onto Porky. Guardian in hand. I mean, Porky has had some heroics before.
Smoke comes out, and there's not much you can do at this point. Drops down, manages to get the kill to Flank, but down to 4 HP, and that is going to be Rudy clearing out that round, and that is going to be 4-0 for Control.
This is not what we expect to see from Control.
No, but they lost a lot of guns again. We're seeing it down to 2 men once again being alive. Flank does now have that Odin as well, which on...
As well.
I mean, Yeah, I'm about to say on the Sova, this makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's been a few walls recently, but especially in mid, that have been, you know, buffed a little bit, so that spam isn't as dangerous. But even hold on, Scott.
I'm seeing a double Odin on the side of Snoggers.
But they're on defense, and the issue is they're already a map down. If you let this lead go, you mean it starts to look a little bit worrying, and unfortunately, you know, you do have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, the Odin's a great gun, but it costs that much more than the rifles, and yeah, if you start losing all these rounds,
That is true.
I mean, your economy is not going to be there, but the spam's just about connecting, but not enough onto the players to take anyone down, as Gogs is forced to TP out, as Jog will find the first on to Porky. As Naki in the back site winning the fights as well, spots out another one in CT, and that will be the site for Control. Ski gonna just try and stop these players, as there we go. We'll manage to stop Naki from getting too aggressive. Brings the numbers even again, as we got Sharpie just back here for the team. The spike is planted, though. It is going to be ticking down for now, as Rudy just about surviving from the ult, but cannot survive from Sharpie, as Corsa 1v3 required, but can't get it, as Sharpie a 4K on the round.
I mean, that was definitely needed. No, I mean,
Yeah.
Nakibu immediately on the site, just getting 1-2, pushing away those Odins. But the Sharpie we were talking about before the match, one of those really strong key players on this team, and that's what you need from your duelist. We were talking about last time, you know, having that solo duelist on that team, having to really be that one to shine.
Yeah.
And now having a bit of a backup from Porky Drop as well, kind of gives them a bit more room to be a bit more lenient and a bit more flexible.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like that round kind of all went right for the side of Snoggers.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Yes, you lose a couple of players here and there, but that's
Worth
not
it.
the end
I
of
mean,
it.
like you said, you know, the economy isn't too great when you're buying 2 Odins, but if you can survive with winning the round and with 1 Odin left over, there's not much else you can ask for.
Not much more you can ask for, as the ultimates will come up from both sides. You've got 3 on the side of Control. We'll have to see if they invest any here, as the weaponry is still there for them. It's going to be a B push. They will get slowed down, though, by that Waylay util. Just going to have to wait and bide their time, as on the other side, Sharpie just patiently waiting, and it's going to cause for a rotate for Control, and Gogs will win the first onto Corsa.
Yeah, definitely. And the converging paths coming through Nakipu.
He's avoided it, though. The ultimate popped. Can't connect yet. There's so many players to deal with, and to get the first there. Is Darky going to continue on going? Yes, he does. Gets the second. Can he get another one? A lot of damage. Make that free, and Gogs will finally get the trade, but Flank will get another with that ultimate, leaving it all down onto Hayden, almost getting tagged there as well.
Odin in hand. I mean, there's not much you can do. You're going to have to try and sit back. The spike does have a lot of time left on it if you want to try and do something, but the Odin is great, but when you're trying to retake site and it takes so long to get out and start shooting, it's going to be very difficult to do so. The smokes come out as this, that's the best thing, and that's the thing we're talking about, that double controller. What do you do? The smoke's rotating through, and it's an absolutely brilliant comeback from Control. And I think after losing a round, Control losing a round, Snoggers would then kind of, okay, look, sure they won 4 in a row, but the economy's still not going to be looking like awfully great. We're going to stack 3 towards B. It's going to be a bit of an eco push onto B, and that's how it works. Completely wrong. I was sure, you know, it started off towards B, but immediate rotate coming through. Nakipu. The overdrive, it's insane. We saw it not really getting too much impact last map, but on a map like Haven, where you have a lot of, you know, room to work with, it's a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, Naki, one of those players which, you always have to watch out for. And, I mean, that ultimate, we've seen how much damage it can do. And exactly there, it showcased that.
Yeah, for sure. And we are going to be going into the 7th round now, and a lot of movement towards A.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's going to be an aggressive push for Snoggers here. They want to go and take the fight to Control. But the Suez is there for Control. They managed to get a player to go across early. That's going to be Rudy. But maybe just stuck a little bit now, as Snoggers have managed to split the team in half. So Rudy's just going to have to wait it out. I mean, got the ultimate available if needed to get out, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with that Viper Wall, right? It does do a lot for you on A, but over on C, Hayden managing to take down Drog with that Odin on the side. Flank is sitting ready with the Odin on the other side as well, whilst the whole team of Control is split up. But Rudy!
Rudy TP's back, manages to avoid players, but they're going to know about his whereabouts, but he still manages to win the fight onto Porky before being traded back by Sharpie, as Naki wins one onto C site. Keeps on going, but no. The kills will get evened out, as it's going to be a 2-on-2 here. Control will get the plant on down. They got the Killjoy in garage, and Flank's just going to go play long.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant position right now, playing long. I mean, okay, doubling up as well. Corsa going to come back and help out with Flank.
Corsa's going to play Cubby here. Probably going to be the first player to swing on through, as these mollies are just going to do so much to slow it down. They don't need to swing until Snoggers are going to commit to this spike. And there we go. Corsa swings anyway. Wins that fight. Leaves it down onto Ski, who wins the first 1v1. Flank has some shock darts left. Recon, sorry, will spot out the player. Just going to jump spot this one. Leave an Odin in hand. The spams are there. Ski just has to win this. The time's ticking down. The bullets are not there. And Flank's just playing with his food. And he still wins it out. And it's 6 rounds on the board for Control.
I mean, this is a whole different team. I don't really know what happened during that break, but I mean, this is insane. Don't be wrong, they won the first map fair and square, but it was a lot tighter. You know, they weren't really kind of showing their full potential. And well, I thought they were, and then we're going into this map, and it's a completely different game. But Snoggers, they're also a really strong side, but I don't know what's going wrong. I mean, they chose to go on this defensive side first, right? So they clearly thought they might have some sort of advantage going into that. But unfortunately, it's just not working their way. Yeah,
not working their way at all. There's going to be another push to A for Control here. See what they can get done. Naki's won the fight early. That's Ski down. A key player to take down early because that Sova has done so much. And Drogs won another fight. The trades are there from Hayden, but it won't be enough as Corsa gets the kill. 2 players left standing for Snoggers, and they're split away from each other as Sharpie will fall, leaving it all down onto Gogs. Turret not spotting him out though, but still so much more would be required.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before, you know, having to try and retake the sites with an Odin is always going to be difficult. Might be able to pick something up, but is it worth it? I mean, they don't even look at the money. 750 credits left.
He's being watched as well. He has no idea where anyone is, so surely Gogs just walks back.
Yeah, I mean, in the 1v4 as well, the spike's already down. You know, we're even near site at this point. It's probably not worth it. But, I mean, Nakibu immediately getting that kill. It threw the smoke, by the way, as well. I mean, I don't think it had just dropped down, so may have spotted the player out before, but it's just this aggression. The thing is, like, Control are really good when they're playing together, but they often find themselves on, like, kind of being a lot more solo, especially on a map like Bind that we saw.
Yeah.
So on this defensive side, when they do switch, is that going to be an issue? Because they are going to be split up a lot more, and I think Snoggers is where their attack is going to shine a lot more, because then they'll have their chance to be playing a lot more as a team.
Yeah, I feel like for both sides, it is that team play that you're talking about. And yeah, I mean, Control at the moment, they've managed to have a number of Snoggers, but I mean, a couple rounds go the other way and Snoggers maybe come back into it, and it's a bit worrying.
However, that's the thing. I mean, they're already going to not have they're guaranteed to not have an even half going into the second half, right? So at that point, it's still very much doable. We need to see how the rest of this half goes. But even if they do really well on this attack, is that round difference already too high to try and come back from? And that's the thing we're seeing.
I feel like these next few rounds could determine if Snoggers have a way back into it. And I mean, the ultimates are back online again. You've got the lockdowns on each side, and you've got those Omen ultimates as well if you want to go to a different site. But it's going to be a fast push for Control to see, and they're being read by the team of Snoggers. The Killjoy ult has been invested. This is going to lock down the whole of C site. I mean, a lot of players from Snoggers are still caught in this. Looks like they're going to try and break it with the Waylay, but no, they're going to have to run back, run for the fences. Are they going to get out in time? It looks like just about Porky almost got body blocks there. Only one player detained, and they're all ready to pack this up, so no one will fall yet. An interesting Viper's Pit here is going to just push all the players back, as Corsa's managed to find one onto Porky. And I mean, it's going to have to be a pushback in for Snoggers. The spams are there from Gogs, but can't spot out these players. As Sharpie's managed to find the first onto Naki. Rudy winning the fights out, though, as Sharpie gets another, but Rudy, 4 on the round, keeps Control in it and locks it down.
I mean, that's the thing about the Omens as well. I mean, especially, I mean, you do have a KJ, who we're seeing a lot, of course, through that garage, kind of garage being his place, kind of sit, even on this attack, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they're going C. But Omen has a really good ability to be very sneaky, and you're going to kind of have that very slow rotate over, and you're seeing Rudy in the back lines, and it's working really, really well. 8-1.
Yeah.
We're still not seeing timeouts.
Yeah, I feel like these sides just kind of just go, oh, we'll just keep going, we don't care.
That can be a real problem sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, for the side of Snoggers, you've just lost 8 rounds.
Yeah.
You've won 1 back on the other side. Something is not working, and you're not finding out what the issue is. I believe there was an operator on the side of Naki.
Really?
It was in the hands of Naki for a bit. I saw it on the Neon. I don't know if he threw it over to someone else, but
on the attack, like, nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
And you have this Viper ball up on A consistently, and it works really, really well. But why no one else is holding towards A? There's a lot of pings coming through.
He also doesn't have the ultimate as a backup.
No.
He only has that operator available, and being that entry player, yes, he has the operator. He's got the shorty as a secondary, but it doesn't matter if they're going to have the site control. Now Naki can just lock this one down.
Indeed, the lockdown going to come through from Snoggers, and it's going to be a much better retake than they've been able to do so far. They do have all 5 players online still. Hayden going to try and peek it on, but getting taken by Naki, but you have to wait a few more seconds for the lockdown come through.
There was nothing to stop them playing in the corner, so they all managed to just be here ready for this retake. They're just going to be spamming through the smoke. The diffuse is going through, and they are killed by Naki's op through that smoke. The spams are there from Porky, though. Will connect onto one as the Odin will get the trade back, and Flank is finding the kills. But do they know about Gogs? Gogs finds one. Make that a second as well. 2 more players left standing, but no, Naki will lock it down as it's free on the round for Naki.
I mean, like you said, was saying Naki just immediately diving onto site with the operator, and I get, if you're confident enough to be sliding and tapping people with the operator, fair enough. The site was completely given for free, and maybe they were reading that, the lockdown was in Hayden's hands, so hey look, they're probably going to be doing retake on A. So that's probably been called pre-round from Hayden himself. So A's most likely free, straight onto site, holding it down with CT with that operator, and it works so smoothly. Gogs, again, having a very nice try, and that's the thing with Omen. Once again, you can be very sneaky and in these different positions.
Yeah, 100%. Lots of spams going across the map as Drog gets one, but will get traded by Porky, as it's going to be a C push for control. I believe that's Naki going to pop the ultimate as well. Going to just be trying to run these players down, and Ski just somehow gets spammed through that smoke.
Goes down to a bit of luck at that point, I think, as well. But they've taken this site for free again, and the operator being locked down. I do believe Rudy might have that Odin in hand as well, and this is going to be a 3-man retake.
I mean, Naki popped ultimate, but didn't even need it in the end, and now just going to be sitting with an operator on site. Porky going to be the player to watch here. Going to have to find the way back in for the team, but the time is ticking down. Of course, has found the kill onto Gogs. Brings it down to 2 players left standing, and they can't clear out Rudy in time. Hayden, nothing more you can do. And Control keep it clean and bring themselves to double digits.
I mean, if you look at the position right now, right, you got 3 on site, 1 being operator, two Vandals. Rudy in a perfect position. The smoke actually on site had a bit of a gap in it, so was able to work around it a lot more.
Yeah.
Then you've got Flank right down long with the Odin for that backup, and no matter what happens, there's no way there's been enough time to clear out site and defuse that spike and kill Flank.
And Flank has ultimate as well.
And has ultimate.
So you would need 2 players left standing at
literally.
minimum.
And this is going to be last round of the half. Snoggers don't even have enough money. A lot of Guardians coming through. One Vandal, but with no shield.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be an ideal position for them at all. They need to find a way back in on this round. This ultimate could do so much damage, though.
Both Hunter's Furies coming through.
Yeah, not connecting just about. Flank will find the kill onto Ski. That's going to be the kill onto the Sova, but the trade is there from Hayden. Gogs in this position again, gets blocked by the turret and can't get the kills, but Hayden managing to find 2 instead. Guardians are connecting here as Porky will get 1 as well. It's all down onto Rudy and nothing more you can do. And it's another round for Snoggers, but is it too little too late?
And that's what we were talking about before, and I do think this attack is going to be a lot stronger for them, but like you say, double digits already within the first half.
Yeah.
But that was a much stronger round. That was Red a lot better. And I feel like, was it Red or was it luck? Because at the moment we're seeing them, if they're not reading the site, they're not winning. Those retakes they've been really struggling on them. But does that kind of correlate to attack? If you can't retake that well, is it going to, but then the ball is in their court now. They have the options to choose where they want to go rather than having to force themselves onto the site that they're having to retake. So, but also Porky Chop not really having, one of the star players on the team, not really having the best game. I do think really strong player on that Jet, but when you're not utilizing that, with the utility, yet again, very hard to utilize that util on that defense.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, this pistol round's going to mean everything for them.
Yeah.
Snoggers, you need to be winning this one. Going to be pushing in towards A here, but the rotates are already called for control as Porky will find the first onto Flank. Just keeps them running on forward. They know the rotates are over, and Gogs has managed to win another. Rudy will get 1 before falling, though.
Going to force a back off of site there. Going to be a retake for control, but the site has been completely locked down right now.
I believe they're all on Sheriffs as well for control, just trying to spam the shots on through as Hayden will find 1 onto Drog there. Corsair as well, it's taken down by a great shot from Ski, and Naki can do no more. And it's a vital pistol round for Snoggers.
It is indeed, and it's exactly what I said. They're doing pretty much what Control were doing on this attack. You're completely dominating that first round, just using those pistols to your advantage. You don't have much money to be able to, get those sort of util coming in early on. They did option in bind. They opted to kind of use their util more and go for those classics. Whereas now they've kind of learnt from that and taking a few more sheriffs. But there is going to be a phantom going into the second round already with a Guardian and an Outlaw, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, they've kept, they've got that little bit of buffer, keeping Hayden on a Sheriff, able to buy us the
Yeah,
next
exactly.
round. But outside of that, they need to lock this round down quick, and they need it to be clean.
They do indeed, and they're going a lot slow, which makes sense, right? You have the guns in hand, but Control are most likely stacked up, which they are towards C, and if you come against a 1v4, even if you have a gun against Classics, it's not looking likely for you.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting smoke
I
there
know.
for Control. I'm not sure what Rudy was trying to play there. Maybe just like a little bit of
Testing a few,
hide in it.
yeah,
Yeah, you've got a few rounds, you can have a bit of fun.
Exactly.
But looks like for now, Snoggers don't want to commit, and I mean, Control's called the rotate over. They didn't see anything C.
They've swapped over the rotates. Naki going to try and do a little bit more of a peek, but not finding anything, and this is going to be a free sight for Snoggers if they want it.
This is perfect for them. They've got reads on point. They'll be able to dive on in. Don't waste too much util here. They're not too sure, though. So just make sure to lock it down, but it's going to be a free sight.
I mean, you can't hear anything from over on A, and that's the thing about these free-sighted maps. Spike is going to go down, and I mean, yeah, they're aware of it by now anyway, and the rotate is going to come through, and there's going to be a few of them going towards the on the flank, though.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, though, for Control, the Viper's Wall is in play here. And
It
they'll
is.
be able to split up this site, so they've got that little extra bit of util on their side, but the guns are just not there for them.
No, definitely not, and the site is being completely locked down. Every single person on Snoggers is on site right now. No one down long or anything, no, keeping those players together.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got the backup for it, but Control, I mean, maybe they're just looking for exits.
Okay, no, they're going to either try and die to Spike or try looking for exits or something like that.
This is a good play. If you can manage to keep the Snoggers players in
That's
and lose their
true.
guns.
Hiding them like sheep.
Flank, you have so much to do here, but no, we'll fall to Sharpie, and I mean, that will be all the players managing to get out unless Rudy can find anything, which he doesn't. And I mean, oh no, wait.
No.
If there was even a second where that was possible.
I know. I mean, it's worth a try. I'm going to die to Spike anyway, right? But like you said, it was all down to that one player in CT there, and it, unfortunately, didn't manage to get anything out of it, but you never expected to, right?
Yeah.
But that does mean now that, like you said, the buy, Hayden was on that Sheriff, opting to allow your teammates to go for those few more buys. But Hayden now has that rifle. We're seeing the Outlaw still online. 2 rounds being given back to them. It's slowly starting to creep up.
Yeah, I mean, it meant they had that safety coming into this round, and it means that, yes, Control should have the guns advantage, but it's quite balanced instead, and Naki wants to get aggressive early here. Just going to run on through, doesn't care, doesn't have the stun available, but hits the shots there. Going to take down Sharpie, that should duel this down.
That's all you need. See, that's brilliant from Naki. You see him going, immediately pushing out, getting that kill. We're done. We have the advantage. Back off.
Yeah, it's called for the instant rotate for Snoggers.
Corsa, he's ready.
Oh, this is a great spot from Corsa. Has to be cleared out carefully by Snoggers. The Dart is not going to spot him out, but they may be aware of the possibility. Blind's being sent on through, but so far, Corsa managing to stay alive as Rudy's managed to find one onto Gogs there as well. Control winning these fights out for now, and they win them all. It's a flawless for Control. And I mean, it's exactly the opposite of what Snoggers will want.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to keep saying it. Neon, you can control the pace of the game. You are up a long faster than anyone. You are there, 1 kill, back again. And you're going back so fast that they can't keep up with you. They can't even try and counter that kill if they want to. Like you said, they force to rotate. Corsa sitting very happily on see, didn't even get cleared out. A few shots coming out from him. He's reading his position and still nothing really coming out to try and kill him.
And he didn't overcommit as well.
No.
We've seen so many players hop up and try and take the fight.
Exactly, but then you see Naki immediately back onto C already.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do. Is Nagi getting aggressive and landing both shots early? We'll get traded in the end, but Rudy will find another. And all of a sudden, 2 players left standing for Snoggers. They just have to run away, but no, the spams are there from Flank and Hayden in a 1v4 to stop Control.
Course is already on the flank.
And there's so many players around. Gets the first, but won't get any more as the spams are there in Control. This is for series point.
It is indeed. And yeah, the money isn't looking good on Snoggers either. A few rivals coming through, but there's not going to be much shield available for them. And at that point, do you opt for your util? That's really hard at this point. You're on attack. You need to try and use your util to get onto site. And if you're being completely denied anything, it's very, very hard to do that. I mean, Naki Poo has switched over to C. A little bit of a read, but you do still have Rudy on this short. Especially you see Flank as well, kind of sitting with that Odin spam. There it is.
Spam is so perfect. It connects onto the players. The aggression from Rudy, though, gets punished. And I I mean, so far, the Sova didn't do too much damage with that Odin, although actually
Yeah.
low health bars. 3 players brought down to half, and it's a bit too much from Sharpie there. We'll get taken down by flank. That will even the numbers again. As I mean, for Snoggers, you will get the spike planted, but there's a player dropping out, and flank's found one. Make that 2 before getting traded. And there's only 2 players left standing. A player in heaven to deal with, and Corsa will win the fight. Only left down onto 1. Ski can do no more. And Control absolutely slaughter Snoggers 13-4.
Control have just played one of the best games I think they've played of this series. Of this tournament, sorry. Like, that's insane. I mean, the thing is, I'm glad they had a close game, because when you have the, we're in playoffs, we're getting further into the lower bracket, we're in best of 3s, you want to be seeing both teams playing really, really well. Yeah. And that's what we saw first map. And I think Snoggers just really got caught off guard. It was Control's map pick, but again, it's Haven. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you were saying, it is Control's map pick, but that means you get to pick side.
Exactly.
And that first side was nothing good, like 10-2.
But sure, they know Control. They're not great. They're good individual players, but when they're having to hold sites and like that, they're not great individually. Like being able to, 1v, they can't hold their sites that well. We saw on Bind. They should have been using that straight off the bat. And that's the thing. The momentum was in Control's favour, especially after winning first map. So you want to be going into that attacking side first to stop the momentum when they're on that defence, and then have control of that game.
Yeah, I mean that was anything but what the story was for Snoggers. I mean, it looked like towards the end they were maybe finally starting to get into the flow a bit, but we were saying about it. You only win 2 rounds in that first half. You have 2 rounds to play with.
Yeah, and I definitely think if they had they'd gone to attack first, they would have won a lot more rounds. But I'm gonna be real, that attack from Control was insane.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also it was as well. Yes, you go into the second round. You managed to win that pistol. You managed to flawless your second round. That's exactly how you have to start. Yeah. But then from that point onwards, Control then just take it back. Even though yes, you have the guns, it didn't matter.
No, not at all.
And it meant that then when you buy into the next one, it means that you're playing that that match point on the lesser weaponry. Yeah,
I mean it's just insane. And I think we were talking this about during the break about talk about finals, and we're going further, and we are going to be seeing Control versus Ray, I do believe, in the lower bracket final for your game next up. But TSC have made it into the final, so whoever wins against Control and Ray will be playing against TSC tomorrow. TSC currently undefeated.
Yeah.
Now Control, they've been very rocky. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've seen the games, they're very good, but we've seen a lot of up and downs. They lost to Coalesce yesterday, beat them this morning. They have played Ray at some point, but it's been Ray have also been very up and down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's Control. Yes, you're managing to win so far, but as you were saying, TSC flawless so far. They've not even dropped a map.
No.
And some of that they stomped in that upper final.
They did. They did. It was against Ray, right?
It was against Ray.
So I mean, Ray probably not feeling too great. I mean, they've had a long break as well. Obviously, being in that upper final was earlier on in the day. But that is going to be it from us for now. I do believe your lower finals are going to be at 8:30. So a little bit of a break. Go have some dinner, come and rest up, and we'll be back very shortly.
Yeah, we'll see you there.